Welcome to the Fold Mysteries, where we seek to discover everything that lies between the folds of reality. So, it has been 1 week off since our last show, which I don't think we've ever done before, but it was kind of one of those things where you just can't help when you run into life things that take priority, which is a hard thing to say because our viewers and our guests are a high priority, but illness and other things like that played a major factor. I am still a little under the weather this week, but I'm feeling much better than I was previously. But I have big news, but I want to hear, Chad, do you have anything exciting new to share?
I'm just happy to be back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about. Absolutely.
Yes.
And we're still waiting on the notification on irons, which will happen, but I'm excited because once we get the boom, it's all set, then we get to take off and build this
Yes.
incredible conference.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And even more exciting is the fact that we're getting, a lot of the locals involved. So that's it's kind of the whole point of the conference. We wanted to really, aim for local activity and local support and local engagement. So I'm really excited that we're getting this opportunity. Um, but just also FYI, this show is a little different. It's not coming to you live this week. It is recorded ahead of time due to scheduling all the way around. So, my schedule, the guest schedule, it just worked out better like this. So, as the comments come in during the show, the guests will be able to read those afterwards, after you leave them, and kind of respond however they would like. So, and we'll be responding as well. So it won't be, you know, quite as interactive, but it's still going to be a really, really awesome show. But I do have something to share. So previously, not this week, but last week, my son and his girlfriend were over at my house, and they were in the kitchen, and my son brought his dog over, and he's got a pit bull corgi mix, so he's crazy, crazy dog. So he's running around and wreaking havoc, chasing my cats and everything else. So we decided to put him in the crate, and he hates the crate. So he's screaming, he's yelling, but my son is working on fixing the bumper of his car while he's there. So he's got a toolkit and he's messing around with it in the kitchen. And then all of a sudden, Cynthia, who's in my living room, Gage is in my kitchen, and they both hear something that sounds like it's kind of between them. And they said it sounded like a little boy trying to say something, but they didn't understand what he was trying to say. So I was like, "Why? I got it on camera." So I pull up the camera, I play it back, and it doesn't sound. She said it's not what it sounded like when she heard it. It definitely sounded more like a little boy, and it was saying something longer than what was recorded. I did pull the audio from the video because my son and his girlfriend both requested that I don't show them on the show. However, I do have that audio, so I'll play it now for everybody.
Is that you?
Yeah. No. That guy was you. What was that? Wow.
I have no clue.
So I'll play it one more time just to explain. It's kind of funny because I'm on the phone in the background. I'm actually talking to Bob Lindley on the phone in the background, and I'm in the living room, so I don't know anything that's going on. But you can kind of hear me. It's almost like I'm responding to them, but it wasn't. I was on the phone. So, but I'll let you listen to it again, and you can hear it. It sounds like "Womp, womp." And when you play just the audio, you know how you see an audio graph, how it has different measurements for different sounds. This measurement is completely different than the dog you hear whining in the background. This is very much closer to the camera and creates a very bigger spike. I'll let it play it again.
Is that you?
Yeah. No. That guy was you. What was that? Wow.
I I have no clue.
Okay, but enough of that. I just thought it was kind of weird, so I thought I'd share.
It's
But
definitely weird.
yeah,
Really.
so that was, and they were both shocked. You see in the video, you can see my son. He's working on something, and he's got his back to his girlfriend, and he stops and he turns real slowly, and he looks at her. He goes, "What was that?" So they heard it really clearly. But aside from that, we have a really, really, really cool guest tonight, a few guests. So I want to introduce them. We have today Priscilla and Eva joining us, along
Hello.
with along with Ronnie Roseman. So, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you guys are here with us. We're excited to get to talk to you, but I'll kind of run through the bio really fast. So Ronnie has been into the paranormal since he was 9 years old. He had a couple of UFO sightings, and he's been on expeditions like Angelo in 1989, Into the Skies, and also it's has been to Nepal with Peter Byrne. He did make a movie with Peter Shawanoki on Florida's Bigfoot. And they also went on a business venture where Priscilla's mom and dad made Bigfoot babies, Yoke the Yeti, Sassy Sasquatch, Skip the Skunk Ape, and is that Bach?
Bach.
The Bigfoot. Bach, the Bigfoot. They were lifelike Bigfoot babies. So that is really cool. And honestly, that's not something I even knew. So can we still buy those? Can we still get those somewhere, Priscilla?
Well, no, that's those are things that me and my wife actually she put them together under my direction. They're pretty cute. But that goes back like 40 years or something, and it just it was too involved to put them together, and too expensive to put them together. We'd
Yeah.
have to sell them for $100 a piece, so we just stopped
Right.
it. But we sold a few. But I wish I'd have known that was going to be brought up. I left my phone at home, and I've got a picture of one because I sent the brown one, which what we called the box baby, but to Smokey Crabtree, and I got a picture of Smokey Crabtree with that doll. I wish I'd have known. I would showed you guys that picture, so you would have
Yes.
got that idea what it looked like. But it was there was some hit and misses. It's a long story, and it's involved in Peter Byrne was actually involved for a while on it. We were meeting with some very important people, and like I said, it's too lengthy a story to go into the near misses. We come close to having to really getting contracts and getting some kind of a deal that could have went crazy. Meant ended up meeting Lichtenstein, who had turned down the Cabbage Patch doll.
Oh,
One of Colonel Ollie North's lawyer, uh, uh, George Atkinson. He was interested. He multi millionaire, of course, but a lawyer, and he was a good lawyer. And he had it set up. This is the last phase going into this with connections, and he had it set up. His clients were like in the bracket of making $1 million a day, and he had
yeah.
it set up to invest in everything and get this doll going and stuff like that. And he passed away before the meeting come up. Anyway,
Oh,
it's quite a story that I wasn't prepared for that at all. But I wish I could have shown you the photograph of the deal. Maybe we could do that some other time. Maybe,
yeah.
Absolutely.
That would be
yeah.
very cool. And I wonder if you still have like the pictures and the prototypes, I wonder in this new age of cheaper manufacturing, if you would be able to remanufacture some of those prototypes.
Well, you just brought up my light bulb just went off, and anybody that wants to take a chance and invest, we could get together and talk about
There we go. I like that
it.
idea. I love that.
If you see the dolls, I'll tell you. I got to tell you something. Well, my passion with it, is I wanted something realistic, and the doll captures what you would think a baby Bigfoot would look like. And I put
Very
it
cool.
to the test. If I was I just carry it around or go to a park. If we went to a park, every kid within that park would be within 15 minutes be there looking at it in awe with their mouth open. I mean, it
love that.
really had some people would jump back and they'd think it was alive and they scared them. And so it really had something. But the thing we wanted to make it realistic was the thing that defeated it. Because when I met with Lichtenstein, you know, he owns the Barney, the blue, whatever it is, and the big bird, yellow bird, all that stuff. So you know, but he started. We talked only for about 20 minutes or so, and he said, "I'm going to have to turn it down." So the lawyer that I had who set up this meeting, he said that it was too realistic.
Oh wow.
So the big guys, the corporation didn't like it because it was they wanted it more cartoonish. So that's negative. Anyway, it's a long story, so a lot to it.
Yeah. I wonder if
But
they're biting their tongue now.
But to rekindling an old passion or what, I'd love to get that going. If somebody is interested in it, we can get together and talk about it and show you a prototype or something.
Okay, hold on now, just 1 second. Gwen, are you hearing the feedback, the reverb or whatever it's called?
Not too bad. It's really not too bad. Yeah.
Maybe it's just on my end because my dad's right here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about bringing the camera next to him and then just turning off the computer.
Sure.
That's okay, because honestly, Ronnie is kind of one of the legendary Bigfoot researchers, in my opinion.
Wait. Legendary. You mean OG? He's an original
his camera's not working.
Come on.
I knew I'd be a
He
success.
is one of
the
OGs.
oldest living.
Yes.
I've been doing Bigfoot research for a little over 20 some years.
Well, with all due respect, I hope you would be a little careful on how far you go with the old.
Yeah, definitely one of
There
the
you
OGs, one of the oldest.
Be careful.
I'm sorry.
So right here, I just want to show you a little something. Legendary Bigfoot researcher Ronnie Roseman, recognized for 20 years of Bigfoot research in 2011. So 35 years of Bigfoot researcher.
Totally.
He's a big deal in Nepal.
He's a big deal here, really.
The Russian lady loved him.
Priscilla, you're not very far. You're following in his footsteps quite well. Like you are currently sitting in your very own store, Area 58. Yes. So that was recently opened. What has it been, about 8 months now, or maybe not even that?
Yeah, I think it was April. So
yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, now we can see Ronnie. Hi. The legend himself.
Well, now I gotta hide my beard. I didn't think.
You don't have to.
Okay.
No, we
totally
understand. Fine. You paid your dues, Ronnie. You can
I'm sure glad I quit sniffing glue.
Now hold on, I'm gonna make you dizzy because I'm gonna spin this until it tightens. Okay, so close your eyes.
Okay. Closing the eyes. Well, we get a 360 view of the store.
There you go.
Perfect. There he is, the man himself. All right, Miss Eva.
Eva, you want to over here?
Miss Eva,
but not loser.
The legend.
Which one is
it? Legend, Miss Eva.
It would be this one.
The future of Bigfoot.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm pretty much retired. It got too deep for me. I had no idea what's involved, and I've had some experiences with them, especially the last 5 years or whatever that I had no idea that I really don't know much about them. So it's gotten pretty deep, and I'm glad to sit back and see how researchers do and see what they can come up with, because I don't know how to figure it out.
Well, I think we all learn as we go, and no matter how long it takes us, we're all learning in the
Well,
process.
how long it takes is important, because I don't know how much longer I got. But no, I'm not yet 9 years old anymore. I haven't got time for that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm still involved somewhat, and actually, it's always mostly been a hobby anyway. I
yeah,
don't consider myself a researcher or anything, but
You're
I've
not?
been fortunate to have some hair raising experiences all through the spectrum, different levels, benign, and some incidents that weren't so comfortable.
yeah, yeah.
Ron,
So
sorry.
go ahead, Chad. Go ahead.
Ron, you've had conversations with some of the elite people in the Bigfoot community, and you've sat down and talked to them, and you've camped with them, and they're no longer with us, and they are the original people. No, Ron, you actually are a legend, and you have knowledge that, you know, I know you
Yeah.
have multiple experiences, but the
Oh yeah,
knowledge that
that's
you
great memories, and I just wish I've never been one for having a camera or taking pictures, and
have.
boy, I sure kicked myself in the butt. I had 20, 25 years of corresponding with Dr. Krantz. Uh, I've been to the university in his laboratory, just me and him for hours, and going through the stuff and talking. I wish I'd had pictures of all that, and I don't. And John Green, again, been with him in Canada and corresponded with him for a good 25 years or whatever. And so there's a lot of good memories and all that stuff. And I can't even document anything. And so I wish I would have taken myself more seriously at that time. And then Smokey Crabtree, another uh,
Mm-hmm.
icon. What a individual he was. And that's what's great about researchers and getting into this stuff is the ones that are serious and have integrity and get into this stuff and got some sense. They are spectacular to me. I really look up to them. They're the real legends. Ron
Well,
Moorhead, Krantz, and Sean Green, and all that. But yeah, I realize now how privileged I was to know them and stuff. And Bobby Short, one you don't hear about very often, but
yeah.
you and a lot of them, a lot more of them than
Well,
that. I could go through a lot of them.
can I bring up one?
Yeah.
How about you meeting a teenage David Shealy walking barefoot through the swamp?
Oh yeah, yeah. I when I met him, he yeah, I don't know how old he was, boy. It's been a long, long time back. And that was I started going to the Everglades when I was 20, and because I at the time my passion was, well, it was monsters. My first passion was actually flying saucers in grade school, and then I went to the other stuff. Then Bigfoot, I what had happened there and how I got introduced to that was right at in '59 when Ray Wallace was having the road construction thing going on, and
Mm-hmm.
An aunt that lived in Eureka, and she knew I was interested. I was 8 years old. I was interested in the Bonnell Snowman. I had read about it somewhere, but she knew that, so when she came for the 800 miles to Long Beach, California, where it was, she brought a shoebox full of newspaper clippings uh, about what was happening to Bigfoot, where the name Bigfoot was born. The cast, Jerry Cruz
Mm-hmm.
cast 17 inches. So I had all those articles and stuff, and that's what got me going on. And I thought, gosh, because I was already interested. Nobody knew anything about Bigfoot, and I certainly didn't. And even at 9 or 10 years old, but that's what got intrigued me. It got my interest to start, and then it developed over a course of time or whatever. I got more involved.
Do you mind if I bring up Dave Shealy again?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that
No,
was.
I just want to bring. I mean,
Oh,
because
I take side roads all the time,
there's
and
two
Chris,
stories out there. There's
I
your
will wear your
story,
patience out. But
and there's Priscilla's story about when you guys were in the alligator infested waters.
oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
when
We still
Priscilla was a
disagree a little
little.
bit on that. Let me get into that, but I'll start with David. So my passion was snakes.
Mm-hmm.
I knew your chances of finding a monster ain't too good anyway, and I figured they got the skunk ape, so I can be looking for snakes in the swamps, and I actually monster hunting at the same time, though I didn't put much thought of ever getting a chance to see one. So, but so I was down there, and I uh, I ended up going to Ochopee
Mm-hmm.
at the Big Cypress National Preserve to do some collecting, and that's where I ran into David. And yeah, he was barefooted, and I I remember we were out Turner River Road, I think it was out there somewhere, but he was sitting on a down tree, a log, and this when I first met him, and I don't know that I didn't know that he had anything to do with monsters at all, but I brought it up. We got to talking about that every and he was so interesting with his knowledge about the swamps and Indian legends and all of it. If you want to, he's the go-to guy if you want to know anything about the Everglades. Born and raised there, but and he gets involved with the nature and all the conservation, all of it. So I was really impressed with him, and I brought up the honey on the swamp monster, the falcon monster, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and his eyes just opened up wide. I knew I got his attention. There was something there, and that's when he told me that when he was 10, him and his brother Jack had seen this uh, skunk ape or swamp ape at a distance, getting ready to go to school or something, and so he was really into it, and I didn't even know it at the time. So that was it. So I've had a long-standing relationship with David. I can tell you some things about David's pretty interesting. He's very colorful. He's unique, and he's pretty smart. But so when my daughter was like 15 or 16, I wanted my purpose for going there was to collect snakes, and I wanted her to. There's something special about snakes if you're into that, but if you're not, you probably would be if you understood something about it. But so it's I wanted her to experience some of the about snake collecting like I had done, in the past. But I took her to Texas. We spent a week where years before I had caught a lot of snakes in areas. Went there, there was no snakes at all. They'd been killed off and everything else. But so uh, she actually cried a little bit on the back. She was disappointed, and I was too. So when we got back to Long Beach from Texas, Long Beach, California, I said, I know where we can find some snakes. We'll just take a trip to Florida to the Everglades because spent a lot of time there before, she was at that age. In fact, before she was born, I was spending time there. But so I went down there. Most of my collecting in the earlier days was on the west coast of Florida, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Fort Myers. That used to all be an extension of the Everglades. I hadn't been there in like 10 years. So when we got there, rented a car, went all the way over, it had been developed, the swamps were gone, there was no snakes. And
Oh,
we spent 3 days and we didn't catch any snakes. So I said, I know where we're going. We're going to the Big Cypress. And then we ended up catching some snakes and stuff.
We caught over 200 snakes.
wow.
But
Oh, wow.
so anyway, with David, that's when David took us. He said we went out at night, and he had a. You can correct me if you think I'm wrong with something.
Oh, I will.
Oh yeah, well, no problem.
She's not
Correct
afraid.
you. But so we had a canoe. David had a canoe. We took it out at night. At around 10 o'clock, we started out.
Is this when you like went to feed your daughter to alligators?
Well, that's when the alligators are out, that's for sure. But and a lot of other things. But so David had a car battery, and he had a wire on that, which thankful for this. We might not have made it out of the swamps, but he had a wire connected to a car headlamp light,
Mhm.
and it was about 6 feet. He had a long tail on it, and he had that in the boat. So that was our light. It was that car light, that car headlamp. And so we're going out, and we're catching baby alligators. And so we're grabbing them and putting them in the boat as David's in the front, and he's just rowing. And then David, from the front of the canoe, he grabbed an alligator, and it must have been, I don't know, a good 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet. It was still a young gator, but it was a bigger gator than what we've been grabbing. And he threw that in the canoe too. And it's dark; we can't see him down in there.
Oh my
And,
goodness.
And then pretty soon, because of the baby gator, it's going ark ark ark, you know.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So we
Now
actually
all the
had,
mamas
like,
are coming over towards you.
That's when the mother gators were coming in,
right.
hearing the babies.
So we could see all the mama gators around us, and we could tell how big they were by how big the eye shine was above the water.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow.
you can see their eyes, and we're
Yeah, and also you can see a couple of their heads. There was no doubt you could
well,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have all these little baby gators in the canoe with us, and we're flipping.
Yeah, we
them
got their babies. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're flipping them over. We're rubbing their bellies, and so they fall asleep. But
Yeah, shut up. Your mama's coming. Shut up.
yeah. And but so before you get them to fall asleep, of course they're chirping. They're calling their mom.
No, that bird's chirp. That's okay. Go ahead.
Alligators makes. You just said alligators makes the sound. The chirp.
Or something like that. It's not a bird chirp. Go ahead.
Okay, what do you want to call it then? You want to argue over the
It's not-
sound they make?
It's an alligator sound.
The
It's not
It sounds like a wah, 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 wah,
The chirp.
wah, wah, wah,
So
wah.
go ahead.
Okay, so we're trying to get out of the area, get away. We haven't got time to throw those baby gators back in. I mean, the there's gators all around, and they're
Oh,
right
my.
there. They're right there at us, and we're trying to get away. And David's really paddling,
Mhm.
and I don't remember all how we got out of that. I mean, it was pitch black back in there, except for the light and a big headlight. But we're paddling, we're getting out of there as quick as we can, getting away from them, and we come. I don't know where it was at back in there, but David, there was an alligator tail.
Yeah, so-
It
What
was
happened?
probably around 7 feet or so, I would think. Just the tail was sitting up above on the surface a little bit. David grabbed that alligator tail, and it spun the canoe around, and the canoe flipped over. So we're in a swamp. I don't remember at this point, I don't remember anything about David. But I remember I was stuck up to almost to way past my knees in the mud.
Oh my.
And Priscilla had landed on some foliage. And
Wow. Oh my gosh.
and we were fortunate that the light, I don't know how this happened, but that light was landed on foliage too and was shining at us, at me anyway. I could see it. And so Scylla's on dry area. I'm stuck. I can't get out. And I can't see. It's dark. I can't see behind me. And I know the 10, 11, 12-foot gators were there. And I can't see behind me. And I'm looking at Priscilla, and she's looking at me, and she says, "Dad, there's a 12-foot gator coming up behind you."
It's right behind you.
Oh my gosh.
And I looked at her and I said, "Scylla, don't you F with me." And she says, I'm not, Dad, I'm serious.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm struggling to get out of the muck and
I
the
want you to
mud.
give him motivation to get out of the
Oh,
swamp.
she did. I got out. I got out of there and I got on that dry area. I don't know if I would have been able to get out. I thought I was stuck for good, but that got me out. And but I
Thank
There
you,
was no
Priscilla.
gator behind him.
there was, yeah.
You know what,
So,
Priscilla? Your new nickname is Gatorbait.
You know, he called it because he said, "Don't mess with him," and you were, but it got him out.
Yes.
yeah, we yeah, that was quite a night. That was quite an experience.
That's an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I've
you
only had one other. I've seen a lot of gators, of course, in the swamps and everything. If you're trekking through the swamps collecting snakes at night, you're gonna run across them, and you see those red eyes, you know.
Mhm.
And I ran into one night. I ran into a whole group. I mean, there was red eyes all over the place ahead of me, and I had been trekking for some time, and I was doing good. I was keeping this path going because I was catching so many snakes. I didn't even have time to catch them right. I'm just grabbing them, throwing them in a potato sack, and it's just like picking fruit or something. But I didn't want to lose my travel way because it was doing too good. And then I run across all these red eyes, and I managed to get around them and go on the other side of them and keep going. But that red eye, of course, is what lets you know what's there. But there's only one other time that I really had a bad experience with the gators, and that I was in a canoe, I think in a restricted area, about 12 o'clock at night. I was collecting snakes, going back and forth on this waterway. And on the shores, I'd see a snake on the shore and it back and forth, and I got the headlight lamp, and I see their two red eyes down 100 feet or whatever. And usually gators don't bother you. They got that fear of man, unless they've lost that fear of man or they're too big where they don't have to be afraid of anything. But it was coming my way, and usually they go the other way. But this one was coming, and it came to the front of the canoe, came around the side. I got a beer in my hand, and it came right up in front of my face. The head is like that.
Oh my goodness.
The jaw was open. The water's dripping off the teeth.
did you
And
save the beer?
hi,
Did you
I
save
didn't
the
move.
beer?
I didn't touch the beer. I didn't move. I didn't blink. We
No.
were eyeball to eyeball, this far away from each other.
Oh.
And
Oh my gosh.
I thought sure he was going to grab me, take me out. He was obviously hungry, and do the death swirl, and then they stuff you down in the debris and stuff and let you rot, and they come back and eat you in a couple of days or something. But
Oh my gosh.
and I thought I thought sure that's what's going to happen. This gator ain't going to let me get away. He's right there. And I did not blink. I didn't know how long I could go without blinking. I didn't want to make any movement at all. We were eyeball to eyeball, and it seemed like forever. I don't know how long it was. And then he finally just, his mouth started closing and went back and went down in the water. And when
Oh my goodness.
I seen him on the shore later, and he was about 9 foot. But yeah, that's the only other bad experience I've had.
I wonder why it left you alone.
Maybe
Yeah,
because I
that's a good
didn't
question.
move. I don't know, but I'm just glad. I didn't think it was going to work, but yeah.
Man,
So,
somebody was watching over you that night.
pardon?
Somebody was watching over you that night. That's wild. He didn't
Yeah,
grab you. He
yeah,
didn't do
yeah.
anything.
That's a terrifying experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just keeps on living.
Miracle man.
Now they say drunks and whatever. But
Oh.
Wow. So I know
anyway,
you have had. Yeah. Go ahead.
back to monsters. I mean, that Yeah, it's fascinating. And then I've always been intrigued, fascinated with the unknown, the unusual and stuff. And I, at a very early age, and fact, I actually got kicked out of school uh, on the eighth grade. Somewhere around towards the beginning of the eighth grade, I got kicked out for drawing flying saucers. I did it through elementary school. All the teachers were upset. They go to the principal. I get called in their principal's office because I was a bad example to the other kids. I was drawing flying saucers. I refused to study. I did what I wanted to do, and I was kind of a nuisance there. And so, uh, anyway, got kicked out at an early age. I was so involved and so intense and passionate about that. That's why I was interested. Paranormal stuff and the unusual, unexplained mysteries and all that kind of stuff. And that's where my passion has been just all my life, basically. But so I got kicked out. 6 schools in a year and a half.
Oh my
Three,
goodness. That's got
three
to be a
public,
record of
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. You just didn't want to be in school. It's a
three
You
fact.
know,
public.
the most intelligent minds have that kind of school experience. They really
Yeah,
do.
I'll tell you. You know something? I wish now that I hated school. It was like prison to me, or like
Yeah.
I I was ditching all the time. I was ditching in elementary school. I just hated school. I couldn't stand it. I was self-conscious. I was shy. I didn't get along with the other kids too much. And the ones I did get along with were flunkies, but they were interesting. They had
Yeah.
character and they had honor.
Did
You
they
know.
look
Right?
for monsters?
Pardon?
Did they look for monsters?
No, they weren't interested in the monster thing, but we had a lot of fun, kind of like a little gang.
Mm-hmm.
The police department, they
Oh,
figure we were little juvenile delinquents, and they put special people that took them off certain beat just to take care of us, which never happened. We were getting in trouble a lot, but mostly harmless stuff like throwing
Yeah.
water balloons at cars, including cop cars sometimes because they couldn't catch us. But all kinds of stuff. But anyway, they grew up. Most of them died of drugs or something, and one
Oh,
died of drugs in prison. Another one
oh my.
took a gun and tried to rob us a bank or
Oh my
something.
goodness.
But I saw they're not around anymore. But
It's a good thing your interest was elsewhere, right?
yeah.
In
yes.
monsters.
Oh yeah. It really has this serious take on it. And I don't know what to think about all this monster stuff. And within the last 10 or to 15, 20 years or whatever, my gosh, my passions were, I was always fascinated from a young age and with the Honey Island swamp monster. And then the Falk monster, of course. I got to know Smokey Crabtree pretty good. And that was enough. And then Lizard Man, I dabbled in that a little bit, but I don't need any more monsters. Bigfoot is bad enough, to try
Yeah.
to get to the bottom of that. So, Honey Island Swamp Monster, Falcon Monster, and Bigfoot's pretty much all I can handle. And then they come along, they got Goat Man, they got Dog Man, they got Lizard Man, they got, and they got the
Yeah.
rake and all this stuff. And it's too much for me.
Yeah. It can be hard to keep up. There's a lot of stuff. And
Mhm.
sometimes I wonder some of these things that are one and done sort of sightings might be misidentified sightings mixed up with maybe
Well,
even a Bigfoot.
that's what I always figured. That's what I thought. Pucky puck. Because I didn't hear about those things when I was growing up.
Yeah.
The Falcon Monster, yeah, and the Honey Island Swamp Monster, and I've done my research on that and hands on in real time down in there. And I've been to Louisiana, Pearl River a few times or several times, but I did some investigating into that stuff, and especially the Falcon Monster. And I had something criteria and stuff that I think it was worthwhile. That definitely something involved in those cases that and what it looks like to me, they're nothing. These things are not Bigfoot. I'm sure when people see something like that back there and report it, they think, well, they say Bigfoot, but these things, they're not.
Yeah.
And then one of the main distinctive differences their feet and the footprints and stuff. And so that's all fascinating and all
Yeah.
that. And then you not only got that, now you got you got the woo. And
Yeah.
whatever that is, I don't even know where that name came from or what it means, but
Would it just mean something that we don't understand yet?
well, you don't
It's
understand
more
it,
of a psychic aspect.
but
The
what's
woo is a
interesting about
totally
the woo
psychic
is you don't have to
aspect of.
understand it. If you
Yep.
use the woo, you can explain anything.
Right. But
Yeah.
I mean,
now, Ron,
you know,
I do have a question for you to circle back to what we were talking about earlier. Now you talk about all the stuff you've studied, which is incredible stuff, and I know you've studied it thoroughly. But
no,
what
I haven't. In fact, I
your
don't study at all. I'm lazy, and that's why I didn't like school.
No, you're not. No, I know you study it. What about your experiences, Ron? Like,
Yeah.
there's been things that have happened. Okay, I went out with a good.
Just about everything you can think of. Where do you want to go?
Well,
I
think I'd
want
like
your
to.
story.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of hear about
Well,
one of your
there's
big first
ghosts.
experiences.
Ghosts. There's flying saucers. There's monsters, and stuff beyond that.
What have you
Well,
encountered?
what's your
What haven't I encountered?
UFO experience? Let's hear about that. I'm kind of curious to hear about your
Oh,
UFO.
that's my biggest passion. Yeah, well, like I said, I was drawing flying saucer. I actually got kicked out of that because that's all I did. Teachers would walk by and see me doing that. They just get so upset. But so I never thought I did read on that somewhat. The only book I really got into, there's two major books that I've gotten into, and that was John Green's The Apes Among Us, and the other book was Beyond Science, I think it is, or Stranger Than Science. And I think I must have got that book out of the school library in elementary school. But and I read that. I actually ditched school and stayed in the bushes in the alleys or abandoned buildings to read that while everybody else was doing ABCs.
Have
But
you had any UFO experiences yourself personally?
well, yeah. Well, so I'm reading about UFOs in that book,
Mhm.
and Frank Edwards had documented I don't know 166 cases or whatever it was, and thought monsters about this and that unexplained uh, our combustible whatever the people where they burn up from inside, all kinds of weird stuff. But I was fascinated. And that's my first account of reading something that was supposed to be documented about UFOs. And what really got me into UFOs as a kid, I think I was 8, but I was the Earth versus the flying saucers.
Oh,
If you take a look at it on YouTube or whatever, and you see those flying saucers, if that doesn't captivate you, I don't know what wouldn't. I mean to see a ship like that, and then you're reading about accounts that where people and high-ranking people are just say they've seen these things. So I was hooked. I was.
Ask you what your experience was. Not
I'm
others.
gonna get into that, but I want to
I
know.
know, but we don't want to.
I know, but I know. I'm sorry, but I am long-winded. But so uh, reading about this legit. Obviously, there's something. Why wouldn't they be there? You know, in the first place. But I never thought as strong as I felt about it. I mean, if I wasn't thinking about a drum in the daytime, I was dreaming about them at night. I can tell you some weird flying saucer dreams over the
wow.
years.
Do
But
you
I
believe
never.
there's a correlation?
Pardon?
Do you believe there's a correlation with Bigfoot, paranormal, and UFO?
No.
I do.
So not at all. But
2 versus 3, 2 versus 1.
unless these things are just like John Green said one time, if they're there and they seem to be into this somewhat or around where there's Bigfoot, maybe they're observing them or something. I'd have to think about that one before I get into that too much. But so I never thought that I'd ever get a chance because I knew the majority of people don't get to see flying saucers, especially close up. And so I never thought, as much as I dreamed about it, I never really dreamed I'd really get to see one. And what had happened, I was, don't, but in Long Beach, California, I was my early 20s, and I was living I had the house. My parents gave me the house after getting married that I was brought up in. It's only halfway from my elementary school. I was dreaming about flying saucers. I don't know if that means anything, but I was in the backyard in the afternoon on a sunny day, and I was watching a friend. I had him. He was on the roof and adjusting my TV antenna, and so I'm watching him, and I'm always looking around in the skies and stuff. Mostly planes. The airport, Long Beach Airport, was only like 3 miles or something. And and I was brought up in that house, so I was familiar with the airplanes and stuff. And I'm seeing it. It's a clear, sunny day, and I'm seeing a plane, right? At a distance, it's quite a ways away. Every once in a while, I'd look over at it, and it ain't going that way or that way. It seems to be there. And then a little bit later, I watched my friend and I look at it, and appears to be a little bigger. I thought, well, it must be coming this way. And whatever it is. So it's kind of got my attention because I got to thinking I had never seen or witnessed a plane coming over the house. I don't think it was a traffic pattern. Plus, this thing is getting closer, but it was taking its time. And you can hear an airplane. You can hear them when you can't even see them.
Mhm. Yeah.
And a helicopter, same thing. They make a lot of noise. And there was no noise from this. I'm still not thinking flying saucer, but it was odd. So I'm watching it every once in a while. I'm looking at it, and it's getting closer. It's got to be coming this way because it's getting bigger, and it's not going the other directions, right?
So was I born yet?
No. And I don't think you were. So I was about 21 or so 20 or something. But anyway, so now I'm looking at it, it's getting bigger. So I look at my friend for a little bit, and I look back. It is directly across the street above the neighbor's house,
Wow.
probably within 60 or 100 feet. It appeared to be above the house across the street. And it was so clear. I mean, just sitting there silent, like a big metal object, just sitting there. And you'd think by the weight it would fall, But
Yeah.
I'm looking at a flying saucer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What
it's
was it
obvious.
shaped like?
It was shaped like a flying saucer.
Was it?
It had the bottom, then the top part, and then it went up to it. And the grade went up to it, and then a bit of a dome.
Hmm.
And so I could see the lines. I could see all of it. I was close enough to see it in detail. And so I'm looking at it. I'm focused on it. I know what I'm looking at. And I know how rare this is. And I'm savoring every second.
Yeah.
And in the middle, it's like two saucers, one on the bottom, one on the top.
Mhm.
There was a black strip.
So
right
like
on-
two plates stacked on top of each other, one upside down, one.
Except there was a black space in between the two,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
right in the middle. And I remember looking at that and thinking, if I was up there, I would be able to crawl back in. So it looked like open space, like looking into a cave, dark.
Yeah.
And I got to look it over, and so much. I was so focused on it. I didn't think of anything else. I mean, just that. I knew how rare this was, and I was thinking I could see where it was on the left side of the top part of the disc. It was kind of dark, a little darker than the other, like chrome, maybe taken off a metal or something on a vehicle or
Yeah.
something. I was thinking you use a paint job, uh, you know, and things like that. I'm just my mind's racing, and I'm just want to. I'm savoring every second, trying to absorb this and get every detail I can on it before it goes. And I was not going to take my eyes off of it because I wanted to see how it was going to exit. And I did something stupid that I regret at afterthought. But I'm thinking witness, you know, and my friend is on the roof. I don't want to take my eyes off of it, but he's got his back to it. I know that because his back was that way when he was working on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned just for a split second,
Oh,
not even a.
wow.
I looked at him and I yelled and pointed and looked back and it was gone.
Wow.
And he didn't get to see it. And I had no witness.
Wow.
But so, but that was fascinating. I think about it all the time, every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's something that sticks right in your mind all the time.
Oh, surely. Yeah.
But up close and personal, I got to see very
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. So
So, and then
that's one heck of a UFO experience. I did want to ask you, I know that you had some Bigfoot experiences as well. So
oh,
I'm
I want
kind
to
of,
get into that, but let me tell
yeah.
you one more time to add on to that
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah. Go for it.
important. But I got to see one again, and it was about 8 years later or whatever it was. Well, yeah, my daughter, I think she was about 7 years old, but she was in the tent. But we went out camping from Southern California up in the high Sierra Nevada mountains, and I had rented a tent. I'm not really an outdoorsman and all that stuff, but I I didn't, I didn't set the tent up right. We were in a meadow. We were surrounded by forest, and there was a creek down there, not far from where we was at. But because I didn't set the tent up right, well, me and my wife were sliding in our sleeping bags toward the bottom. About every 45 minutes, we'd be at the bottom of the tent. But so I said, let's just go out and put our sleeping bags on the ground. And we did. And a zillion stars. I mean, it
Oh,
was
wow.
95% clear skies. And gosh, it was really spectacular. So we just laid back. I opened another beer and we're looking at the stars. And it was really captivating. Full moon to the right, big full moon. Every time I see a moon now, it reminds me of that night. But we're laying back looking at the stars. I finished my beer. I decided I'm going to go to sleep. So I turn over on my left side, and it's like daylight. I can see through the trees where just a moment before you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. Now
Wow.
I'm looking and I'm seeing through the trees.
Nicer.
I don't know what to think of it. So I turn back and look. There's a disc. There's a saucer overhead. It's got a light on us.
Wow.
It's got a light on us. And it's big. A lot bigger than that moon. It's
Wow.
the same color, but it's right overhead. And that's where the light was coming from. And I'm looking at a flying saucer right overhead, just sitting there. And
Wow.
I was totally absorbed into it. I ain't taking my eyes off of it, and I'm relishing every second. And I'm gonna get to see how this one exits. There's
Yeah.
no way I'm taking my eyes off of it. And it seemed like a long time. I'm sure it wasn't anywhere near what it felt like, but I got to see it exit, and I am so glad. It was it was totally stationary still from overhead, and when it left, it was like a bullet from a dead stop, quiet to silent.
Wow.
It just, it was gone, left a trail of light zigzagging, and there was one cloud. It must have been 50 miles away or something, but it was there that quick. The light from the ship reflected off the cloud, and it went into that cloud, and everything went dark. But
Wow.
yeah, so I got to see this one exit. And I had totally forgot about my wife uh, because I was 100% absorbed into this. And uh, so after I laid down, in fact, I was laying down when I was looking at it. But then it came to me, my wife, right? So I got up a little bit and looked at her, and see her eyes are wide open. She ain't saying nothing, and she's still looking at the stars. And I just laid back down and I said, "Did you see what I just saw?" And the only thing she said was, "I seen it when he came in." And
Whoa.
I could tell she wasn't in the mood for talking or whatever, but
Yeah.
anyway, I just rolled over and went to sleep.
Yeah.
And talked about it the next day. We packed up, we were heading out. And what she meant by that, and I kicked myself in the butt for this, I rolled over too quick. Because when I was rolling over and then I seen the lights that see through the trees, that's what she meant was I seen it when it came in. If you can get this, I missed out on this. So she got a lot more out of it than I did. She was still looking at the stars when I had turned over, and she seen it like sneaking or creeping
Oh,
up
wow.
from behind, totally quiet, came over slowly and stopped right above, blocked the stars out, and had the light on us.
That's wild.
She got to see it come in. I didn't. I missed that, but I
No.
got to see it go.
Can we
But
jump somewhere else, Ronnie?
pardon?
Can we jump somewhere else?
Oh yeah. Go back to what you were going to
That
do.
was
I
that
mean,
was
I
amazing
am.
though.
We are all so into this UFO stuff, but we're like we want to talk about some Bigfoot research too, and
Yeah.
things that you've encountered and experienced, and times you've been scared. And I know what's Denise's dad's name? Your neighbor,
Oh, Dwayne.
Dwayne. Yeah, Dwayne,
Yeah. The
and
area that.
the encounters you had. Can we hear a little bit about them too?
Yeah. So I got to know his daughter, and who works in town, and then I was always talking about Bigfoot and taking all the stuff from everybody and everything, which I roll with. I
Mhm.
have fun. But her dad, she knew about what's going on. Her dad had hunted this area, a certain area here in Oakridge, and for over 40 years, and he knew that they were there because, and of course, the family did from hearing him. And he's totally honest and an upstanding guy, and there's no way he's going to
He
lie.
absolutely is. I know him. Yes.
Okay, so he said they were there. He seen the tracks. He heard them. He got only seen one within 40 years, but they were there all the time. But so nobody would go with him. Nobody believed him. She introduced me to him. We went up, and first night we had activity, and did a recon thing, and and it was benign. But we went down in the swampy area called the Bottoms and stuff, and it looked like a good place to set up camp, and we did. And swamps on one side, and the old growth forests and stuff on the other side. And about 1 or 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, from the one side from the swamp area, I heard a twig snap and a whistle, shrill whistle. That was it. A moment later, on the other side of the tent, same thing, identical. And Dwayne wasn't saying anything. I knew he'd heard it. Waited for a while, and nothing happened. Nothing was happening. So I said, "Wayne, did you hear that?" And he said, "Yes." We knew what it was. Don't. And so, but to confirm we knew it was already. When we got up the next morning to hike out of there, had our stuff together, as we started on the trail, the small rocks were hitting the trees ahead of us. So that was the first time camping there for me, and the first experience. And so
Wow.
and it's a hot area. It's an established area. They've been there for over 40 years that we know of. No telling how long. And for some reason, they like it there. They ain't going nowhere. They're there now.
Isn't there that the exact area where I sat while you went to go pick up Sherry?
You're familiar with the
And we
area.
got screamed at, and they were going to leave me, and I had to go with them. And then we went 2
Yeah,
miles up the road. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's hot area. Yeah, you know. But
Hmm.
but the stuff we went through is profound, and the gosh, that's where
Um,
that's
what?
where I learned a lot. Was here after all these
Mhm.
years. I found tracks and stuff in different states, but nothing like this to be so involved. Uh, and we've been through the full spectrum, and we get along fine. They weren't bothering us or anything. And don't please, we're talking. But so, but everything was fine. We were comfortable with them. We wanted them to come in, and uh, and then I did something stupid this night, and
Oh, Lord. No, you
I
didn't. No, Ronnie, you didn't
I've
do that.
done I've done
No, you didn't.
I've done 2 or 3 stupid things in my life. But so I had heard this sound in Northern California in '99 with Richard Greenwell's expedition into the Siskiyous, and he was the secretary of the International Society of Cryptozoology, but 4-man
Hmm.
team, and I was by myself in a sub camp, and I don't want to get into that. It's kind of lengthy, but I something came around my tent. Been stalking for 3 nights, and it came in and it had pushed down on this tree limb that was behind me that was real sturdy.
Uh-huh.
And then a second after that, it came up and only 10 times worse
Ugh.
and more like it sounded a lot like I didn't know anything about the Ron Moorhead tapes at the time. Somebody played them for me later, and
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
it was like
Samurai
that.
chatter, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not doing it justice, but it was like that and quick. It's identical to some of the sounds he's got on his tape.
Yeah.
Anyway, this critter didn't want me there. He's letting me know, I think. He might have been cussing me out. So years later, when I'm involved now with this incident, with the activity that Dwayne was going through, and that I, towards dusk, I asked Dwayne kind of sounds he's heard over the years and stuff. And then I figured, well, I could outdo that with this one. So I did it. And I really let it go. And it wasn't about 20 minutes later, there was a whole group of them, sounded like they're at least a mile away. They were headed our direction. And they were getting louder by the second.
Oh
And
my
they
God.
ended up coming in. I'm trying to make this short. But they ended up coming in. I found out the next morning where they had came in. They stayed within the tree line, even in the middle of the night, and pissed off. And they came and stayed inside the tree line and came right behind our tent. I found out they were 30 feet away.
Wow.
It sounded like they were closer. They were so loud. One of them was sounding like an owl. Another one like a coyote. Another one like a raven. And
Wow.
there was a couple of them sound like frantic chimpanzees in a frenzy or something, going like ape like, and all at the same time in the same group, and
Yes.
they were close together, and they were running back and forth. You could tell from the sounds and shit behind us. And there was one every once in a while, periodically. We went through this whole thing for about 2 hours,
Oh my
but
gosh.
there was one that was charging the tent, or coming at the tent and stop on a dime right at the edge of that tent. You could hear it stop. And every time it did it, I braced for impact because I thought that it was going to take us and the tent with it and keep going. And
Wow.
but that never happened. But and it was so loud, uh, and the sounds, even though they're familiar sounds, the coyote, the owl, and so forth,
Yeah.
they sounded exaggerated, like they were pissed
You're
off. They just stopped.
100% right. No, they
But
don't. they sound similar, but they don't sound the same. It's mimicking. You're
Yeah,
100% right.
yeah. These were. It sounded like a raven and a coyote and an owl that was mad. You
Yeah,
know.
I know exactly what
So
you're talking about.
yeah, good. Okay. So we had that, and we well, we all really. I was kind of thinking the worst, especially Dwayne. He still has PSD or PTSD from it, but he so we didn't think we were going to survive really. The next
Wow.
morning, yeah, the next morning, there were tracks. There was a lot of scuffling with the shot. They came when they where they came in. There was undergrowth and brush. It was cleared out. There was a like a 4-foot walkway with
Oh
no
my.
debris, nothing. And then where it came into where the was mushy ground, the floor and stuff didn't support tracks. Uh, but I looked through there, and I run across a track. It was good, about 15 inches.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around there. Not far from that track was another track. It was 23 inches.
Whoa,
And
that's huge.
yeah, a little over 9 foot at the ball and about 7 inches at the hill.
You remember the
Wow.
tracks we found when I brought you out the
Oh
morning
yeah, yeah,
after
yeah,
me?
yeah,
Yeah, me, Priscilla, and Eva went out. We were
yeah.
just moss hunting, not looking for Bigfoot, and then all of a sudden, all these eyes are all around us, and then we went back the next day, and there was like some big impressions.
Yeah, I went back and we found that went with Dwayne and Denise back there first, and then you later you came in there, but back about 100 feet where you first say that you saw where you saw those eye shines.
Yeah, yeah,
That's where
no,
the
we
tracks
definitely
were.
did. We saw eye shine. There's no
Yeah,
doubt about it.
what color were those eyes?
Yellow, gold, yellow,
Okay,
yellow, and they were lights in the eyes.
I
And
when
we
I
saw like three, maybe four. We saw three for sure,
yeah
and we
Three
did,
sets.
and yeah, and
I did
I went to Priscilla. I said, Priscilla, do you want to go towards them? And she's like, I've got Eva. I said, you're right,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so we
Evelyn,
So
decided.
I
Evelyn.
saw the first set show up, and
Yes,
I was
you.
like,
Well, I
I
saw them, and then I pointed them out to you.
this moment of panic came over me, and then I saw the second set, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
no,
because
I'm going to Eva. So that
then
I
you
only
knew
saw
it
the
wasn't
two.
a joke. You knew it wasn't a joke when you saw the other set of eyes. And I
Yep,
told you there was a third set of eyes.
right.
And then we left. We left. We
Eva,
did.
did you get to see those?
Yes, she did.
Well, she was in the car, so
No,
Oh,
she
okay.
I was
saw
like,
when we were leaving. Wait.
then
When
shut
we
up.
were leaving. Hang on,
Then
Priscilla. When we
yeah,
were
and then when
leaving, and then got him in the light again, and Eva saw him, and then she screamed, let's just get out of here. Let's go, go, go.
What'd you think about that, Eva?
what?
What'd you
What
think
did you
about
think
that?
about that? When we were creeping out of there, and then we saw the movement and the eye shine where we were. Me and Chad were just standing. You remember that?
Where we got the moss. Me and Grandma went and got the moss.
that was a couple years ago. Long time.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 years
That's
ago.
been a little
Yep.
bit.
2 years now.
Yeah, she was 7.
Oh,
Now
well,
she's
Well,
9.
1 year.
no,
So
it was
it's
just
okay.
last year, right?
No,
Yeah,
two
yeah.
years ago.
So
2 years ago.
it was two
No, it
Julys
wasn't.
ago. So it was
Yeah.
just.
Yes,
It wasn't
No,
even
it
a
was
year and a half
real.
like
ago.
a year and a half.
It
Yeah,
100% happened.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, 100%. I don't know what it.
It was the night of my 50th birthday.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember you guys came back and was talking all about it. I missed it. I didn't get to be there.
and I hung out with Priscilla and Eva all night long while
Very
everybody
cool.
slept.
Yep.
Eva, she's the future of Bigfoot right there. She is
She is.
brave. She's had experiences already at such a young age.
Uh-huh.
She is the future of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You gonna be like your mom and your grandpa? Yeah. I want to I want to get back to something to talk with you just in a minute, Ronnie, but I wanted Priscilla to get a chance to talk to us about your Bigfoot that you saw on the mountainside.
Okay, so about 8 years ago, um, me and my husband, we were driving to Springfield from Oakridge, and we took the back way through Lowell. And there's this area called Jasper, and the Jasper Mill, and then there's a mountainside right behind the mill. And I'm just staring off, looking at the side of the mountain. And I watched this for about, honestly, 10 seconds straight. It was broad daylight, and this tall, black, slender, athletic Bigfoot was running on the side of the mountain at an angle. And it wasn't the traditional Bigfoot, like, with the 4 foot wide shoulders, like Patty. It was tall and slender. It reminded me of a marathon runner
Wow.
on flat ground, but it was on the side of the mountain going up. So, and so as I'm watching this, we had fires going on in Eagle Creek, which was just a few miles from that area. So maybe that's why I had a broad daylight sighting. And as I'm watching this, I'm like trying to digest what I'm seeing, trying to compute it. And I finally get the words out of my mouth. I think I just saw a Bigfoot. And, Steve, he's just like, oh, okay, do you want me to turn around? I'm like, yeah, but it's not going to be there. It was so fast. And then there's 2 cars that are parked like in the road in our lane of travel. And they're looking over there too. So I think that they were looking at the same thing that I just saw. And so we turn around and we go back to look again and approach it the way that I had seen it. And of course it was gone. And then so we just continued into town. But I wish I would have said something.
Yeah.
While it was in view.
That happens a lot, though. I kind of wish you guys would have stopped and talked to the people that were pulled over looking that direction as well.
I know.
To kind of see if they had got a chance to see it too.
Let me call you out. Remember when we had a rock thrown at our window?
No, that's what I'm saying. A lot of
I
times
know
it
you
happens.
never
It's
think
like
to
your
stop.
brain. And the fact that they even turned around, I thought was impressive to go look, because a lot of people are just, everybody's stuck in this busy lifestyle and on the go, that they, they'll see something odd and they're just like, and they'll just keep going,
Yeah,
but
I probably ain't ever going to repeat it.
And I wish I would have had a dash cam, because it would have absolutely caught it.
Yeah. How many years ago was this?
8 years ago.
8 years ago. And it was daytime, which you guys have a lot of those daytime sightings where you're at, which is very unique.
So that means Eva was 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, have you seen any other Bigfoot? I mean, I know you've had experiences, but have you seen any other?
So
I mean, 1 is amazing.
Yeah. So I seen the one, and then I seen the eye shine with Chad.
Yeah.
And so in
the eye shine, or you mean the eye shines?
Shines.
Okay.
Yeah, so the two sets of eye shine.
And then I saw the third when we were leaving.
Now, in 2009, because Benjamin was 3 years old, we were on the east side of Mount St. Helens. We had our 5 kids. So our oldest daughter, she was 12. Benjamin was 3. We were on the east side of Mount St. Helens. We had all the kids in the tent. I had Benjamin and my oldest daughter in the Suburban. Make sure Ben didn't run off. in the middle of the night. um, we had a beautiful view of Mount Adams. And so, as you can imagine, it's just we're in the middle of nowhere, right? So we have a pit bull, and who definitely lived up to the stereotype of pit bulls. It did not like other people. It did not like other animals. It was extremely loyal to us. But if there was an animal in sight, it was running after it, and we would hope that he would return. But so we're at the end of this little cul-de-sac or logging road, so we can watch the open sky at night and not have any visitors come through our camp.
Right.
And something very heavy on two legs comes running down from the Forest Service road down our little private road, and it comes straight running. It is dark. Like, our pit bull is sleeping by the fire, and we're all in our tents. It's the middle of the night. Me and my husband are in our tents. We're just, listening to the sound of, the night. And this thing is so heavy, and obviously on two legs, running really fast, no flashlight, okay? Goes straight to the front of our tent and stops.
Oh.
And as it was running, I nudged my husband. I said, "Do you hear that?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he grabbed his rifle, and I'm just like, I'm kind of panicked, It's we got all our kids out in the other tents, and I'm thinking, well, at least we got our fearless pit bull, and which didn't move a freaking muscle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And he'd go after anything.
Yes, anything. So this thing walks around our tent. I could hear it walking, and I'm a little scared. It's
Yeah.
like, what the hell
You
is
said
happening?
this thing. What is this thing that walked around your tent?
Yeah. So
Well, she's
I
not
said,
looking at it. She can't see it.
It's a
no,
thing,
we're
though.
sits inside. So I said, who's out there? Hoping to wake my dog up.
Get her response.
And my dog still ain't moving. And so this thing makes a complete circle, stops again at the front of our tent, and then takes off down into the canyon.
I still want to know what the thing is.
It's a Bigfoot.
Okay, thank you.
So,
What's a
okay, so
Bigfoot?
something about your
What's a
exactly.
Bigfoot,
That's
according
the
to
big
you woo
question.
people?
Yeah. So the big question that you kind of described in your experience that I really paid attention to was the fact that it stopped in the front of your tent. Now, something that's not intelligent would not be able to recognize the front from the side from the back. So it recognized the front of your tent because that's where it focused on twice.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Or,
Like
it could have been the smell of us, our track coming into the tent.
Well, that's true too. Yeah. Yeah.
Or it could have been something else a little more complicated.
Like?
Well, are you ready for me, or?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
No.
Well,
He's talked too much.
Don't pay any attention to her. I don't. But,
Hold on. So it takes off and down into the canyon, and then about 30
Yep.
seconds to a minute later, my dog comes over and sniffs, goes around the tent, doing a total sniff, and I'm just like, you little shit.
wow. He was waiting till it left to get to smell it.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
I'm more interested in this thing running down the hill going in the water.
Now,
Yes,
the next morning when we
Okay.
woke up, our battery was dead on our
That's
Suburban.
normal. Yeah,
We
that happens
did
all the
not
time.
know anything about the woo and draining batteries.
No, it happens all the time. I swear to God, dude,
Oh,
my
yeah.
batteries go dead all the freaking time.
Yeah,
All of
mine too. or my camera will flip upside down while I'm recording, or do some weird thing
Or-
that it's not supposed to do.
Or your SIM
Yeah.
card won't pick up what it recorded. It'd be like, it's just not there. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, I'm
That's kind
sorry.
of where the
Sorry, my
woo
language.
sides kind
But
of
it
comes
does
into
happen.
play.
It really
Yeah.
happens. A real thing where like you can record something and then you go to try to retrieve it and it's just not there.
Right.
Yeah, that's wild. So you had two really intense experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
one, camping, is where you feel, I think, the most vulnerable because you've got like a sheet of nylon separating you from a Bigfoot. That's
Oh yeah, and we're in the middle
Yeah.
of nowhere.
right.
Nobody would have ever discovered us.
Yeah, I was in Skamania, I believe, county.
Yeah. So we looked at the map when we got home later, and it's right next to Skookum Meadows, and we didn't know that was
They weren't really into Bigfoot.
no.
Yeah.
We didn't know later until that Skookum Meadows was a hot spot.
Wow. So it's like it's a family tradition. They were automatically intrigued by you and wanted to come check you out.
Yeah. Eva
I
wants
do
to
want
show you
to-
her art real quick
Oh
here.
yes, let's see. Eva, let's see it. Wow. Did you do that? You
Bigfoot
really,
trap.
that's amazing.
Oh my god.
You did really good.
Okay. Can I have that? Will you give it to me, Eva? Sign
Wow.
your name on it and give
I
it to
think
me.
did you sign it on the side there? Oh, there. Oh, it's at the bottom. There we go.
Is that a reprint or is it the original?
No,
That's the original.
You can tell.
All right, sign it, Eva, and
That's
I'll give you
amazing.
$100.
Oh.
That is
Sign
amazing.
it, Eva, and I'll give you $100.
I'll draw one.
No.
He's
Sign
like,
it.
I'll take that 100.
$50.
Wait,
And I
I'll sign
promise
it.
you
Before
gotta you gotta give me
$50,
2
sign
weeks
it.
though. Hey, Priscilla, I need 2
Yeah.
weeks to pay the 100. But I will. I
But before
I
she
want
sends it
in a
off,
protected envelope and fucking everything. I'm not kidding.
before she sends it off, she has to get a print of it though, because that is absolutely amazing.
No,
Oh,
she
wow,
can have
look
a
how
print.
pretty.
I only get the one and only print
Look
for
at her
$100.
signature.
That's the
Look at
rule.
her signature. Look how pretty her
Yeah.
signature is.
Whatever. She's my buddy.
So pretty. Eva, that's amazing. You did
You
amazing
know what?
on that. I am thoroughly impressed.
You know what?
Wow.
She's my friend.
I've always been your friend.
I know.
She's
Yes,
always been your
Eva. Amazing. I love it. We love you, Eva.
It's beautiful.
That is really, really, really good. I am not even kidding. That is impressive. Now, before we get off here, there's something I want to talk to Ronnie about because he told me this when I was in Oregon, and I just thought it was just such a beautiful story. So you had talked about when just the difference in experiences that you had when you went out and you played your guitar.
Yeah,
I
Well,
like it.
it's really strange how that all. I don't know what all happened, the series of events and why, but I got an idea. But after that night, that where they came in, that was undescribably terrifying. Dwayne, after hunting there for over 40 years, he used to skip school and hike up there to hunt when he was a kid. That's how long he'd been there. And on the way out of there, he said he's never going back. He'd had enough. That's how bad it was. But I said, me too. I'm not going back. And I got into town after a couple of weeks or so, and I don't wanted to go back. But after 2 weeks or so, whatever, it was a summer day. It was pretty warm in the afternoon. I went by to Dwayne and I thought, God, it's daytime, middle of the afternoon. I want to go. You just want to go back, for whatever reason. But I went by the house and I said, Dwayne, let's go. I'm going to get to the guitar thing. And I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But I said, let's go up. And he said, no, I don't know. And I said, come on. I said, these things are going to be sleeping. They got to sleep sometime. It's hot. It's in the afternoon. You know, let's go up. And said, I don't know. His daughter dropped by. And she said she'd go with. So they took their car. I took mine. Followed him up. We got to this place. This is a long story in itself, so I'm gonna have to cut it short. But a lot of strange, some things were happening that was weird. Sounds and stuff. You're comfortable with sounds, right?
Mhm.
Because when it's dead silent, that's an indicator they may be there. And little birds chirp and stuff. I don't think that after the thought I could explain this. Not now. It takes too much time. They were not birds. I don't believe at all. Uh, these things are making, so don't get too comfortable when you hear some animals say it, making some sounds. It may be them. But anyway, it wasn't too long. They were coming from the bottoms where we first had our experience. We could hear them coming in the same way that they did that night. And they got within about 100 feet of us and stuff in the brush and stuff. And they stopped at that point. And boy, anyway, when it's, well, I should put this in there too, but everybody's getting nervous, especially Dwayne. And he said to Denise, his daughter, he said, "Do you want to go?" And she's reluctantly nodding her head yes. So and he said, "Are you going?" I said, "No, I think I'm going to stick around." I don't know why I did. These things were screaming just like all the different sounds, the owl, the coyote, the raven, the crazy monkeys.
Like they did to me. Like they
Huh?
did to me when I was with him. They did the same thing to me. They
Yeah,
were Denise and Dwayne were gonna leave me when I was trying to calm them down and say just hang out and let's like. But
yeah,
we
well,
had nothing to record with because
yeah,
Jason
that's when they
wasn't there yet.
roared.
Yeah, no, we had a really epic encounter.
Okay.
I am telling you the truth, man. We got roared at. They were ready to leave. I
Yeah,
had to go with them, and then we waited at the end of the road for you to come back
right. Then
with
we
you.
went back up there. But
Yeah, and then nothing happened. Then nothing happened.
yeah. But so yeah, and when that happened with you guys, he's got that PTSD from that day. So he of course he wanted to get out of there. But when they left that day, the second time been there since that night, daytime it's happening. They leave. I decided to stay and oh, it was crazy. I got to the front of my car. Part of me was saying, get out of here now. And
Mhm.
something else was saying, if you leave now, you're going to kick yourself in the rear end the rest of your life. This is why you're here.
Yep.
And I either had to steal up or be a coward and run. And there's a fine line there. And I got to the front of the car. They're screaming and hollering within 100 feet. And just like they were that night. And I leaned up against the hood and I had them to my back. And I got thinking of that. God, maybe that's disrespectful too. But anyway, they're hollering, screaming so loud. And I just told myself, because you either steal
Mhm.
up or you run. I said, I'm going to stay here even if they tear me apart.
All right.
That's what I thought in my mind. And
I
as
have a
soon as,
follow up question. When you
yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, finish.
huh?
I do have a follow up question, kind of
Okay,
to what you're saying.
all right.
No,
But
I mean you've been through the thick and the thin, and you've been through the trauma and all that.
I want to hear
What
the
is
yeah,
rest of
the
what he's. I want
what
to hear
is
the
the
rest of his story.
yeah,
well
well,
no
yeah. Let me make this point because don't ever underestimate these things. I uh, I came up with 3 simple rules after going through all this stuff. Don't disrespect them.
Hmm.
don't try to trick them and don't underestimate them. But when I had my back, I was back to them against the hood of the car, and I thought that I said I'm going to stay here even if they tear me apart because you got to go all the way and steal up or run. And as soon as I thought that, if you think it can't get any worse with these things, it can. As
Mhm.
soon as I had thought that, it was like something was reading my mind, actually. Because as soon as I thought it, another sound came in with those 5 sounds that were already horrible. And it was just as loud, but it was different. And it was like a grinding growl. One of the worst sounds I've ever heard. And as soon as that came off, I immediately thought to myself, nope, I'm leaving. And I walked around slowly to the car. I opened the door, and before I reached out, and before I shut the door all the way, they stopped. It was complete silence because they had done what they wanted. They got me out of there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So after that, now I'm not gonna. I told myself again, I'm not ever going back. Well, after a few weeks, it's like, my God, Dwayne's not ever going back. And he had told me, he said, if I never had any problems with him till I brought you up here. And I'm feeling bad all the way around. And I can't leave it. I've been in this all my life, right? So I got the nerve up. It took a couple of weeks to get the nerve up to go back up there. And this time, was the first time by myself. After they were pissed and run us out twice. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. And
Ah,
but I thought I might have a chance with the guitar and turning it around. So I went up with the guitar. I put the some food offerings up in the tree, and I played. And I did that for 6 weeks with nothing happening. All kinds of animals got the food and everything else. But I knew these things were not taking it because of food scraps and different things. Uh, but I felt good because I knew they were there. But they were
Mhm.
not. They weren't doing anything. They weren't making any sound. And I figured I got them neutralized. They're sitting back. They're just watching because they're curious. I've got the guitar. I'm singing. I, I, I've never done that before. So, but after about 6 weeks, I how I knew there was a bear twice within that time that was getting it, and other things, everything else. But I did something that where I knew for sure. I got 12 bananas, and I had got a half of blackberry cobbler, and a clear see-through container where it snaps on the side. I put that inside a cloth bag. I put the 12 bananas up and hung that bag up about 8 feet with a cobbler. And I did my song, sang, and then I went back, come back up the next morning. I could already tell when I'm coming up on the tree, there were no bananas in the tree. I could see that. I come up, there are no food scraps or nothing. There's always food scraps from anything else. There's no food scraps. So I take the bag down, I look in it. The container's at the bottom of the cloth bag, but there is no cobbler in it, and it's clean.
wow.
You know how messy blackberry cobbler is. There, it's clean. I went. I came back to town. I got uh, Dwayne. I said, I want you to see something. I want because he's the animal expert. We went back up. I showed him. I had not touched that container. I left it in there. He looked at it. He says, "That's unusual." And I said, "What do you think?" And he says, "I can't think of it being anything else." And he noticed something I didn't. The container was still snapped together. Something had taken that, licked it clean, or cleaned it, and snapped it back, and put it in the bottom of that bag and hung it. It was back up. It was still up there.
That's
That's when I
wild.
That's when I knew that I had made contact and I'd done something. And so the next morning I'm up, I put 12 apples up and I sung my songs. I went home. I come back up the next morning. I could tell approaching the tree, apples are all gone. And when I got there, there are no food scraps. And there was one apple on the lowest limb that I left it there. It was untouched, just like from the store. There was one apple left. I was assuming that was a gift offering, like we're okay. They're not mad
Yeah.
anymore.
It's a trade-off. Yeah.
I spent over 3 months
Mm-hmm.
with my guitar up there and singing and playing to them. And it wasn't about the third or fourth time I went up after those food experiences. They let me know it was them. They started whooping, several of them.
Oh, wow.
They were whoop, 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 whoop the whole time I played.
Now, Gwendolyn, I'm going to like kind of back him up a bit because
Yeah.
I experienced what I experienced with Priscilla the one night, and then the next day what I experienced with Dwayne and Denise, his daughter. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. This is an epic area.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and they're not
100%.
going anywhere. It's established.
Yeah, which, by the way, is why it's a perfect place to open a store. So, Priscilla, why don't you tell us about your store? I want to hear about it. So I'm gonna actually drop us. I'm gonna throw your
Here we go. I look
store up
forward
here. I'm
to
gonna
it.
drop us to the bottom here so you can tell us a little bit about your
Yeah.
store.
Okay. I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna
Okay.
give you a little tour. Okay.
Okay.
Put
Okay.
you on the big
We
screen.
can't
Hold on
see
just a
it.
minute.
She got it on
I
me.
gotta.
She'll fix it.
There we go.
Okay.
No.
There we go.
There.
Okay, that works.
Nice,
Okay.
nice hair, Priscilla.
Oh, what?
I
You
said
like my hair?
nice hair.
Your famous red hair.
You like it? Thanks.
Yes.
Love it.
Okay, so we have a little gift shop over here. You know, Oakridge attire. It's all Bigfoot oriented. I got my Bigfoot go bags. So everything that you could need to go out and cast tracks. But now, what I have over here, I have the world's largest Peter Byrne collection.
We know
Oh,
that's a
that's
fact.
awesome.
Yeah.
People, this is a fact. This is a
Yeah.
fact. The Peter Byrne collection, what's left remaining, Priscilla has it all.
Yes. So he journaled his whole life. These
Mhm.
are his journals and his maps of Nepal and India. We have his art. Do you know that he was an artist?
That's amazing. That is amazing.
It
This is
is
called
incredible.
the Hopes and Dreams series.
Wow.
Like it's kind of cool. We got the sunken ship or the boat that never got fixed, and the house that never got rebuilt, and the car that sat in the yard and never got rebuilt.
Oh,
You don't even have any footprints yet, man. Look at all this
I
stuff.
love that.
Now, what we have here, these are the Al Moon Lab Sasquatch knee prints.
That's
They were-
amazing.
Yeah, 1,200 to 1,400 pounds is what made these. This is a 230-pound man's knee print, so you can see the size comparison.
Yes. And tell us about the
Okay.
book that's on top.
Okay, so they found hair samples in the hair, or I mean in the knee prints, and they sent the hairs to Cindy Dozen from the Hominoid Enigma Project, and she did a full hair analysis on the hair,
Mhm.
That is awesome.
like the full book here, and it came back as the hairs were unknown hairs and not from any known animal species.
That's amazing. I love that you have all of that information there with the visuals.
Yeah, it's great. And then we have a gift from Bigfoot. If you can see this.
What is that?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. A
Yes.
branch.
It's a very intricately woven branch.
Yes.
Okay.
So this was left at a gift lifting stump at Al Moon Lab,
Yeah.
where these knee impressions were found. So at this stump where they would leave gifts like stones and fruit and toys and stuff, on occasion, the gifts would be received, and then
That's
these
amazing.
beautiful things would be left. And that
Yes.
awesome.
I
Well,
love that.
Gwendolyn, we had a similar experience in the area where we were gifted those knots that were like spirit
Yes.
points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have I still have those.
Actually, no, I left one with Priscilla. I left
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
I
have
have one of them.
I have
Mhm.
3, I think. Yeah.
We
So
only
what-
had 3.
What
There was
what
only
we
3 left.
Oh, maybe I did only have 2. Okay. Go on, Priscilla. My
but I
bad.
think you had several of them. I thought you had like
3 of them.
4.
We had 3. There were 3 there.
Okay. So this I got from Peter Burns' cabin. It's the Legend
That's
of Boggy
freaking
Creek.
awesome.
If you can
That's
see that.
amazing.
Yeah. So I think it was nostalgia for Peter, being friends with my dad. So my dad being friends with Smokey Crabtree, who brought the Legend of Boggy Creek, to
Life.
yes, thank you.
Mm.
So I don't think Peter believed in it at all, because my dad would ask Peter to come down to Arkansas and meet Smokey and talk to the people who had the sightings, and he would laugh. And my dad said, "Oh, Ronnie, you make me laugh. That's why I like you." But he didn't give it any credence at all. But I did find it at his cabin. So maybe he was giving into the woo a little. Or I was actually
very
thinking
cool.
about it. Peter, he thought that it was man, right? And he was trying to get it protected as man. But being one of the very first Bigfoot researchers that there were, that's kind of being in the woo on its own,
Already, yes.
right?
That's so true.
Dude, your dad's that old too. Your dad is like right there with Peter Byrne.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah. And then he'll be so offended. Oh, I don't get this woo stuff. It's like, well, okay, whatever. You've been fascinated with it because it's the unknown mystery for so long, and now it's just Bigfoot has evolved. Now we accept Bigfoot's existence, and so
Yes.
now the woo is the interdimensional stuff. But they were the original woos.
Right, how the tides have turned.
Right.
With some scientific background.
Right, yes.
Then I have some prints here. These are from the Freeman
awesome.
footage.
Please. What?
Sorry.
How many different footprints are there?
So these 4 are from Freeman.
Okay.
And then this is Peter Burns that he found in 1960 in the Bluff Creek area.
Mm-hmm.
Actually in the, where Patty was filmed. He found this 7 years prior.
Wow.
So, I mean, maybe that's why Bob Gimlin and
Well,
Roger Patterson were there in the
1963,
first
I
place.
think, right? Was it 1963?
No, 1960 for
60.
Peter Burns'
Okay.
print,
Okay.
and 1967 for the Patty film.
Better. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, maybe that was even the reason why they were there in the first place, was because it was a hot spot. I don't know. Here's Peter Burns' tuxedo that he wore to the Academy Awards.
Oh, how
I
cool.
told Kathy, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm just going to hang it here and tell people that's what it is.
You got to get you a little mannequin.
Yeah.
Well, one thing, here's one thing we know for a fact that belonged to Peter Byrne. Peter
Yes.
Byrne wore it. We know 100% for a fact. I know Priscilla. Gwendolyn knows Priscilla. We know for a fact, and we know Kathy too. Yeah. That is
Yes.
Peter Byrne's jacket. As ugly as it may be, it is his jacket.
Right. And then we have, so this was the last of his stuff that was on display.
Okay.
I got to move my dad's cigarettes here. Hold on. Boy, he's just messy.
Yeah, we're not doing brand labeling yet.
Okay, so we have his binos.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, his hat, his safari hat,
Oh.
That's
and
Peter Byrne's hat. It looks
his
like it's one.
vest,
Oh, how cool.
and his luggage, and then
His
his
equipment
walking
case.
stick.
Oh, that is so neat.
And it says Bigfoot. What does that say? Bigfoot country. That's what it says. It looked like a D. I was like, what does that say?
Wow.
And then his oar.
It's so awesome.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much there to see.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I can't wait to visit it.
The
I'm so
history.
excited.
Gwendolyn.
He wrote over 20 books. These are all autographed.
Oh, how cool.
Yes. Can you see all
And those
those
are
in
not for sale or they are for sale?
there? They are for sale. They start at 50. There's some of them that are actually 250 because they are a numbered series. They're hardback.
Yes.
But I won't sell on eBay, and they go on eBay for a lot more. But
Yeah.
it's so impersonable. I don't want to do it.
Right. Yeah. I understand that.
And
I
then,
just
oh, go ahead.
I just want a Peter Byrne cast.
Okay. Well, yeah, I have the molds to make them, so
Oh, how cool. So you can do recast.
Yep.
No,
Very
but I
cool.
want one of his originals, not a recast.
Oh, Chad, you're gonna have to pay some big money for
I
that.
know. It's gonna cost me some money, but
Look,
I want the signature. I want the original Peter Byrne recast, not
this
the
one right
recast.
here.
Yeah.
It's got a signature.
Yep.
Tell him it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want one of his. I want one of his last ones that are available because there's only a few. Right?
He's trying to
Hold
say
on.
something, Chad.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
trying to
say,
see it.
if you want the original, because when he first found a series of tracks, I think there was over 100 of them on these tracks. Yeah, I had a brass, what would you call it, writing or something or whatever in the bottom of the track, and I had it with me when my earlier days when I was going to Falk, and I was there for extended period of time, and I actually put my stuff in storage because I left and I was going to come back. When I got back, all my stuff was going out of storage, and I noticed in Monster Mart that cast is there, and you couldn't see the emblem or the writings on what Peter had put on it. And I told the people, I said they had new owners. I said, that's actually my track. And they said, well, it's supposed to be the Falk Monster track, which it's not.
It's
And
not.
they still have it. But I said, boy, I sure would like to get that back, even if I had to pay for it, whatever. And they said, no, they wouldn't let it go. And I told them the inscription and how it was put on the bottom of the track and everything, because you couldn't see it. And then they looked and it was exactly like I described. And anyway, it's still there. I couldn't get it back. So if you can make a deal
Wow.
with them, you really got one.
There you go. There you go.
I'll just deal with what we can get.
Man.
And then, so we have an original oil painting.
Is that Jason
Oh.
Kenzie?
Stop.
Nope, that's the Peter. 1952, it says on
That
it.
is neat.
I know.
And then some pictures that I developed. So in 1957, he led 3 expeditions into the Himalayas, where he ran. Well, this is in the biography that I have. He ran across it's controversial, the scalp and the hand. And I've heard that this is not a scalp, that it is actually a hump of a yak. I don't know.
Well, that's what they want you to believe, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
And then we have, the hand.
Can we
Which,
talk about the yak skull a minute?
yeah.
Because the history of it is it's a Yeti skull, and it's like, and then the government, the Russian government, comes in and says, no, it's a yak skull.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like historically, like they killed this Yeti. They scalped the Yeti was killing their people. They killed the Yeti. They scalped it and they ended it. And then now, I believe it's the Russian government that's saying that it's a goat skull.
Okay. Well, I know that it has been guarded by the monks in the monastery, right, since 1957.
Okay.
It was just recently stolen in the last 4 months.
Okay.
They are not there anymore.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
messed up.
yeah.
That tells you it wasn't a yak skull. Why would they steal it?
Yeah.
You gotta get the yak skull.
And then, so did you know that Peter Byrne, he was a special agent?
No, I didn't know that. Tell
Yeah,
us.
this is from his military collection.
That's
I sent all the,
amazing.
yeah, I sent all the other war medals back to his daughter's mother so they can go back to Aurora, because war medals I think belong with family.
Absolutely.
But I did keep this.
That's
What you're saying
amazing.
He
is
was it says Drug Enforcement Administration Special Agent.
so he
Wow.
wasn't just a Bigfoot hero. He was a hero in society.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so neat. I don't want you to tell your whole story because I want to make sure people, come out there and they have, other big surprises when they come
Okay.
out.
Okay. Yes. Oh, and there's so much more here. There really
There
is.
is. There is. And you just
And
keep adding to it.
yes, and I have boxes that I have not put out yet because I don't have room.
Right. Right. That is
But
so neat.
oh, and then I have Woodwatcher stuff for sale. Oh, and Dennis Day, I have his artwork. I have 3 separate pieces.
I love Tobe. Tobe is fucking incredibly talented. I do.
Tobe is amazing.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
incredibly talented. His
Yes.
artwork, his woodwork.
His carvings. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have here's a good wood watcher. I don't want to make you dizzy. Sorry.
I love that.
Yeah.
It looks like me with hair.
And then we have the whistling wood watcher.
Oh,
can see that.
I do like that one. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, and I want to say something. About 30 minutes before we started setting up for this live, we had some ghost activity in here.
Oh.
So
We love it. We love it. More.
So this fan started spinning. We'll see if it happens again while we're in here. But this honey pot, can you see it?
Yep.
This bear in this honey pot.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Eva are on the other side of the room. My dad wasn't here yet. Me and Eva are the only ones in here. And this honey pot goes like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It fell hard and rolled. And
oh, that's so neat.
Yeah,
Did it
Eva
spill the
goes,
honey?
It's just a wood honey pot.
Okay.
And then Eva goes, "What was that?" I go, "Well, I think we got a visitor."
Wow. So not only can you go to see some legendary Bigfoot items and really cool stuff, get autographed books, see Tobe's handiwork, among other things, you also get to experience potential ghost activity while you're there.
Yeah, well, and think about it. All these relics
That's pretty scary.
belonged to Peter.
Yes.
pretty
Oh,
scary.
look
So
at that.
how much of Peter's energy is in this room?
As much as you allow in.
And I want you to. There
Oh.
we have a special on my
Oh,
personalized
all right.
T-shirt.
I want 10 of them.
I love that. I
I'll
love
give
No,
that
you-
so
for
much.
real. I want 10 of them.
Well, I have to charge you more money if we sell you more.
I want.
Is that the
Then
way
I
it
want
works?
20. No, I want 10 of them. I want 10 of them. Yes, I
Don't
swear to
shoot.
God, I want 10 of those. I swear.
I want to show you this too, and I'll put it back in my case. But this is Peter Burns' address book.
Oh, that is so neat.
Yeah, it's like, think about the history alone that is in these numbers and
Dude,
contacts.
listen, I could name names that I bet are in there.
That
I
Oh,
is
I
could
bet you
so
name
can.
amazing.
old researchers that are dead or still
Yep.
barely alive that are in that. I bet I'll name them and they're in there.
That is so
Yep.
neat.
Look up Bob Daigle, Robert Daigle, Bob Daigle, Robert Daigle.
Okay.
I bet he's
Okay.
in there. Look it up.
Under B. Let's
Or
see here.
D.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's see what we got here. I don't know if you can see.
That
Doesn't
is
matter.
so
You can.
neat.
See, and maybe I'll just go
That's
here.
so fucking incredible. That is so incredible.
There's
Oh, cool.
Darren
Robert Daigle.
Dackle.
Robert
Rich-
Daigle. Daigle. Robert Daigle. Or Bob Daigle. It'll either
It
be
sounds
Bob.
like you're gonna have to go there and visit the place.
I mean,
there,
I'm
Chad.
telling you, if that name is in there, that means, well, this guy's a original OG.
Yeah, that is so cool. I mean, Priscilla, you just have just a really awesome place there. I mean, I cannot wait to see it. And hopefully I'm coming down for Sasquatch Summer Fest coming up.
Imagine if you and me could just call a couple of them people out of the blue.
I bet the numbers are not the same.
Yeah, probably.
No, but if you get one that answers, it means they have a landline, and it means that's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, you probably get some rando that has no idea who you're asking for.
Oh, fine. I give up.
But, could be fun. It'd be almost like prank calling. But hopefully I get to come down for Sasquatch Summer Fest, which is coming up. So let me just get the banner here to show that. So that's coming up July 10th and 11th of next year.
Yes.
And you already have it pretty well planned. And I had to take your flyer here and kind of break it down into two because due to our 16:9 restrictions, we had to have it in a certain format. But you will have speaking Jason Kinsley, Ashley Stinnett, MK Davis, Donald Monroe, Rich, help me,
Jermo.
Jermo, thank you. Dr. Robert Alley, Joe Beelart, Michael Beavers, Jeremiah Byron, and Dr. Simeon.
Simeon Hine.
Simeon, Dr. Oh, why do I not? Simeon, I know him. I'm crazy. Yes, Dr. Simeon. So you have quite the lineup of speakers. And Christy Sanders, she is, I see here you got the Squatch America and Christy Sanders give special tribute to Scott. I'm
Yeah,
terrible at
so
names.
Scott Violet, he was Squatch America, him and his wife Hannah, and Scott just passed away a couple months ago.
Oh,
Yeah, very, very sad. So she is going to come down and do a tribute to her husband. He's very well known
Oh.
in the Bigfoot community. So
I'm so glad that she's doing that. And I did put the QR code for anybody who's on YouTube. You can snag that. It's up at the top right corner. So that you can get all the information. And I assume that's where they can get tickets, or is it tickets at the door?
they can get tickets on the website. I'm open. January 1st is when they go on sale. I'm I'm still working on the website. It's pretty much ready to go, but I'll be ready to sell the tickets on January 1st.
That sounds like us, Gwendolyn.
Yeah. Yes. I want to be there. I feel like I have to be there. And I
I
would
want
love to
to.
go out researching with you, Priscilla, and of course Eva again. And maybe we can get Ronnie to tag
I
along.
want
Just play us
Priscilla,
music on the
Eva,
guitar for
and
Bigfoot.
Steve. That's all I want. Priscilla, Eva, and Steve. It's all I.
And Ronnie.
No, you. Whatever. You. I'll allow you in.
Oh, me? No, I said Ronnie. We need him to play his guitar to soothe the Bigfoot before we go in there causing havoc.
I got some new songs.
We're just gonna go in there without the guitar. We're just gonna.
No. I want to see this experience that Ronnie speaks of. But I'm really excited. And when I'm there, I'm definitely going to be checking out your store. And I will probably be spending at least a couple hours in there just looking and reading through stuff, touching everything.
Now, Priscilla,
So
she's
I
gonna spend a couple hours there and no money. She's gonna look at it and tell you how nice it is, and not spend no money.
I have the biggest 4K blow up of frame 350 of the Patterson Gimlin film.
That is awesome. Chad, you're off stage. There you go.
It's the most epic frame of all of them in the Bigfoot, the Patterson Gimlin. Yeah.
Yeah, look how big it is.
That's so cool. And you know what? That is, and it's 4K too, so all that details popping.
Yep. Yeah, MK Davis donated it.
That is awesome. That is
Yeah.
so cool. I can't
Thank
wait.
you.
And I'm so glad we got the opportunity to talk with Ron. I'm just, he is a legend. And I know he went on about a lot of his, young life and stuff like that. But, those are stories and experiences that, are just cherished. Those, it's just amazing to
it's
hear all
hard
that.
to tell your whole life in like 15 minutes. It really
Right.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved hearing about all that. His background, what interested him. So that was really cool. So I don't know where Eva is, but special thank you to Miss Eva.
Eva.
I saw her.
She was sitting there in a Bigfoot blanket.
Yeah. There she is.
Eva, thank you so much for joining us for the show. It was lovely to have you. I am excited to go researching with you again.
Eva, would you like to be on the show again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was passing me notes and said, next time, can we do a live, just me and you?
Oh.
Eva, who's your favorite?
All of you guys.
Yes.
Whatever. Bad answer. Wrong answer.
And thank you so much, Ronnie. We just had a lot of fun talking with you and hearing about your past and your stories and experiences.
Yeah, well, I barely touched on stuff, but there's not enough time. Maybe we
I know.
We'll have you on again. Absolutely, Ronnie.
I'll have a picture of that doll, and
yes,
I've got a picture of. I talked to the guy that took this picture, and it looks exactly like the first craft I saw, the saucer. So there's other things and some images and stuff we can put in there, maybe, and discuss some of this stuff in a little more detail with me. I could even get into the woo a little bit because I had an experience up there that I'm reluctant to talk about. But
oh yes,
I can't explain it. And the only thing that could describe this one incident I had up there, I had Dwayne as a witness, and the woo is the only thing that could give an answer to it.
Ooh, so we're going to get a part 2.
I am so excited. We need to go ahead and schedule that. If I could, I'd get him on next week, but next week is Thanksgiving. So look forward to a week off from the Fold Mysteries. And thank you, Priscilla, Ronnie, and Eva for coming on. I appreciate you all. And thank you and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Love
Talk to you soon.
Love you. I do love